Hi, thanks for joining me today. So today we're going to do a little practice to work on the upper body, the neck and the shoulders and the hands. We want to, when we are riding, not hold any tension in that part of the body. And because we typically carry a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders, which can transfer down to the hands, we don't want to have that when we're in the saddle. So I've designed a little sequence today to work on that. So we're going to start in a seated position. If you have something to sit on, a sturdy cushion or blanket, that would be great. You lift your sit bones up onto that. And if you have something you can use, I have a yoga strap here. You can use a lead rope, but anything long, something long, you can use a bathrobe tie, men's tie, a long scarf, anything like that. But something to use like a yoga strap. So starting, we're just going to start for some movements for the shoulders and the upper back. So bring your fingertips to rest on the tops of the shoulders with the elbows a little out from the body. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the elbows to touch in front and then circle the elbows up and around behind you. So we're just getting a little movement here. So inhale, elbows to touch in front, and then bring those elbows up and around and behind. Good, a couple more times. Inhaling and exhale. Good, once more. Inhale and exhale. And then just let the elbows stay neutral, releasing down by your side. And then we're going to take, starting with the right side, we're just going to take that elbow and just bring it all the way up and around. So just one at a time. So helping with that little bit of mobility and stretch in the shoulder. Notice how the shoulder moves this side. And then let that arm come down. Same thing on the opposite side. Just take that arm, elbow forward, up and around. So notice if this side is different. If this is your dominant arm, or if the other was, you might feel a difference between the two sides. So one more time. And then letting that come back to center. Inhale, float the arms up and overhead. And exhale, release the hands down. As you release the hands down, just let the hands rest in your lap, one palm on top of the other. So let's start on the right side. So let's have the right hand on top of the left hand. And then with that left thumb, just start to massage the hand a little bit. So you're holding on to the fingers of the left hand are supporting the right hand, and your left thumb, is just kind of massaging that palm. You can massage down the fingers and then start to work a little bit up the wrist and the forearm. Let's get a little massage going there. Turn the hand out however you need to, whatever feels good. And then up the upper arm, maybe rotate that arm out, and then up to the shoulder. And as you're doing this, just notice, if you feel any tight places, up to the shoulder, and then maybe up to the neck. Just notice how that feels. And then just from the neck, just take the hand and just kind of slide it down that arm a couple times, like once down the outside, and then the top, and then the inside. And then just let that hand rest down, both hands. Just close the eyes for a moment. Notice how the right arm feels compared to the left arm. And then second side. So again, now letting the left hand rest on top of the right, but that right thumb's on top, and we're just going to start to massage that hand a little bit. So massage across the palm and kind of down the fingertips, using the fingers, thumb on top, finger or on the palm side, fingers supporting on the back. Just kind of work your way all the way down. And as you do this side, notice again difference. How does one side feel different than the other? And then start to massage up the wrist and the lower arm. If you do a lot of computer work, you might have a lot of tension in this lower arm. I do, for being a dental hygienist for 33 years. And then again, up to that upper arm, and the back of the arm, and the inside of the arm, and the shoulder. and then all the way up top of the shoulder, base of the neck. Again, just notice what you feel and sense. Keep breathing. And then just taking that hand again from the base of the neck, just kind of sweep it down the arm, like more towards the outside, and then that midway, and then the inside. And then again, just let the hands rest down, close the eyes, notice how that arm feels, how both arms feel, and then gently let the eyes open. So fingertips out by your side. Inhale, bring the arms to shoulder height. And then as you bring the arms in front, bring the right elbow on top of the left elbow, and then just reach around and take hold of opposite shoulders. So just starting here is a great stretch for the upper back. Inhaling and exhaling. And you can lift the elbows up a little bit to feel, again, a little different sensation in the backs of the shoulders. And then let them come more again to neutral, again, where that, just where you land when you bring the arms to that position. And then just ever so gently take a little twist to the right. And then inhale back to center, and ever so gently take a little twist to the left. And then back to center. Inhale, release the hands again, float the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring the hands again, shoulder height, arms in front. This time cross the left elbow on top of the right, and again, reach for opposite shoulders. Inhaling and exhaling. So this time, little lateral movements. So we're gonna reach a little over to the right side, and back to center, a little over to the left. Again, just a little lateral flexion, side to side. Good. And then coming back to center again, maybe think of lifting those elbows up a little bit, feeling a little different stretch. And then letting the hands release down, release the hands, float the arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Take a breath. Inhaling and exhaling. So one last little stretch here for the shoulders while we're seated. So find your strap or your lead rope or whatever you're using, unrolling that, place it across your right shoulder. Bring the right arm up and overhead, turn the palm to face forward, bend the elbow. As you bend the elbow, rest the palm somewhere on the midline of your body. It might be right at the base of the neck. It might be down towards between the shoulder blades, but you're going to feel a nice stretch in the back of that right tricep muscle. Keep the spine aligned. So we don't want to, as we're doing this, we don't want to kind of try to get down further and end up like this. So think of yours, alignment in the saddle. We always want to preserve this. We want to make this our default position. We're always seated in this nice length in the spine. So left arm out by your side. Turn the palm so that faces behind you. When we do that, we're going to internally spiral that whole arm behind us. So internal rotation for the arm. Bring that hand behind you, bend the elbow, reach up and see if you can take hold of your opposite hand. If you can't, I cannot on this side, take hold of your strap or your lead rope or whatever you're using, your scarf. So the top hand, again, back of the hand, palm is resting on the body, somewhere back there, and the back of the hand is, do a little turnaround so you can see. So this is our position here. So holding on to that strap. Inhale and exhale. So we get a nice diagonal opening from that right elbow down diagonally to the left elbow. And then release the hands again, float the arms up and overhead. Exhale, let the hands release down, little roll of the shoulders. Good. So take your strap now across the opposite shoulder. So you may or may not need this. But if you need it, you'll have it. So always have that strap accessible. And let's switch the cross of the legs here while we're switching to that second side. So opposite leg in front since we've been seated for a couple minutes. So left arm, or both arms to the side. Inhale the left arm up and overhead. Bend the elbow, again, palm to the midline of the body, wherever that is. Second side might be totally different. Feel that stretch in the left tricep muscle. Inhaling and exhaling, and then bring the right arm out by your side. So we're internally rotating that whole arm. So from the shoulder, I'm taking that whole arm and spiraling it backwards. Bring the hand behind me, bend the elbow, and reach up again. See if you can, if you need to take hold of your strap, you can hold onto your strap. I can just clasp on this side, so I will show you that. So, same position here. Inhale and exhale. And again, different side to side. You might notice, because we have a dominant arm, you might notice a big difference in this pose side to side, like I have. You know, not close to clasping on one side, just got it on this side. Inhale and exhale. And again, the goal is not to clasp the hands. The goal is to get the stretch, just however it is for you. You know, your fingertips don't have to touch. That's why you have the strap, or the belt, or the scarf, or the lead rope. Good, take a breath. And then releasing the hands. Again, float the arms up and overhead. Feel that nice, good flush of energy and blood flow back through the arms. Exhale, release the hands down, little roll of the shoulders. Good. So if you had your strap there, whatever you were using, just place that off to the side, out of the way. Whatever you were seated on, go ahead and move it off to the side, out of the way. And let's come to all fours, come to table pose, come to our square halt. So our wrists are right underneath our shoulders, and our knees are right underneath the hips. Think of drawing the arms into the shoulder sockets, so not collapsing down. I'm isometrically drawing those arms in so that we are engaging those muscles in the shoulder joint a little bit more effectively. And then inhale, send the sit bones back, lengthen the front of the body, take the gaze gently up. This is our cow pose here, lengthening from tip of the tailbone to the crown of the head. And then exhale, round the spine, draw the belly in, gaze towards the belly button. So we get a nice good stretch with the back of the shoulders here. So here, shoulder blades are moving away from each other. And then as you inhale, sending the sit bones back, lengthening the front of the body, taking the gaze up. Now the shoulder blades naturally move towards each other, towards the spine. A couple more times. So working in the upper back. Exhale. And inhale. And then after your next exhale, come back to neutral, back to your table pose. So we're going to do a little movement again for the muscles in the arm here. So take your left arm, start to rotate turn the fingers, the palm to the outside. Maybe your fingertips point back towards your knee. Maybe they don't, that's okay. Just rotate it as far as it feels comfortable for you. And then here, we're just going to take and make a little circle here with the body, and that's going to get us a nice stretch in that forearm. And again, if you type on a computer a lot, you might really feel this sensation. And then take the circle and go the opposite direction. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. And then bring that hand back to neutral. Take a nice deep exhale again, round the spine. Inhale back to that neutral spine, table pose, and then take the right palm, and again, just rotate the fingertips, maybe out, maybe they go only to the right, maybe they rotate back around towards that right knee, again, whatever feels good for you, and then circle here around that palm. So we're circling the hips, which circles the whole body there, and then circle the other direction. And again, notice different sensations. For me, this is my dominant arm. It's a lot tighter. Inhale and exhale. And then coming back to center, bring that palm back to the mat. Take a nice deep exhale again, round the spine. This time, fold back to child pose. Hips towards the heels, forehead towards the mat. So if you need a little support here, if you have a yoga block, you can let your forehead rest on a block. You can also just take your hands, stack them up and rest the head on the hands. Or if you have a stack of books, you can let your head be supported here if coming down all the way to the mat does not feel comfortable for you. Inhaling and exhaling. So from this position, really press into the fingertips, extend through the arms, so the fingertips to the mat, so you're almost like you're making little spidey fingers, like you're clawing your fingers into the mat, so your palms arch away and the forearms and the arms are lifting up off of the mat. Think of drawing the arms into the shoulder sockets, so we have energy in the arms. Inhaling and exhaling, and then gently keeping that length in the arm, and let the arms relax. So let the palms come to the mat, let the forearms and the elbows rest. Take a breath. Inhaling and exhaling, and then staying right like this. Arms extend forward. Turn the palms to face up. So again, a little external rotation for the arms there and the shoulders. And then gently, if it feels okay for you, bring your hands behind you, palms facing up, hands back beside the feet. And this is going to get a little deeper rounding in the upper back. Inhaling and exhaling. And then once again, bring those arms back in front, press into the palms, come back up to table pose. Cross the feet and ankles behind you, come back onto your seat bones, and then come forward on your mat. We're going to do one last little release for the shoulders and the arms on our back. So hands behind the thighs, feet hip distance apart. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, slowly roll all the way down onto your back. So engage those core muscles as you lower down one vertebrae at a time to keep those feet from popping up off the mat as you come all the way down. Once you come down, keep the knees bent, feet to the mat, comfortable distance from the hips, arms by your side, and just for a moment, feel the weight of your shoulders on the mat. And then extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. Take hold of opposite elbows. So you're making a shape of a box right over top of the chest. Gently gaze up towards the ceiling. So again, little movement here for the shoulders and the upper back. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, draw your arms and elbows over to the left side of your body so you feel stretch in the back of the right shoulder. And then inhale, come back up to center. And then exhale, gently draw the shoulders and the elbows, or the elbows and the arms over to the right for the stretch in the back of the left shoulder. So one more time each side like that. Inhale back to center. Exhale, draw the elbows over to the right. And inhale back to center. Exhale, draw the elbows over to the left. And back to center. Now this time, draw the elbows over to the left and then begin to make a circle, bringing the arms overhead. Keep hold of the elbows and bring the arms over to the right and then down towards the belly. So we're making a big circle here, keeping hold of the elbows. And if you'd like, you can move the head with the arms, just taking and watching those elbows as they move. Again, taking a little bit more stretch into the neck, little release into the neck. So slow and easy and gentle. Coming back to center, arms again over the chest. Take a nice deep inhale. And now bring your elbows to the right and then bring them up and overhead. And then over to the left and then down towards the belly. So again, just moving arms, shoulders, upper back. And then next time, again, you come back to center. Let the arms again release down by your side. Pause for a moment. Again, feel the connection that the shoulders and the upper back are making with the mat. Notice if it feels any different. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bring the knees in towards the chest, cross the feet at the ankles, take hold of opposite feet, just give yourself a little rock up or come up to seated however you need to. And once you come up to seated, we'll just do one last little stretch for the hands. So bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, press the palms away from you, and then bring the arms overhead. Nice good stretch here. Exhale, release the hands down, let the hands rest on the thighs with the palms face up. Close the eyes for a moment, take a breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently let the eyes open. So thanks for joining me for that little sequence for our wrist and our arms and shoulders and upper back. Hope that helps you a little bit in the saddle. If you create, anytime we have tension in our the part of our body that's making connection with the reins, we don't want to convey that tension to the horse and the bit in the horse's mouth. So anything we can do to help that is beneficial. So thanks again for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon in the saddle or on the mat. Bye-bye.